Right, welcome ladies and gents. The premiere for Alien Romulus was last night, and we're getting some brand new reactions from those that were in attendance. So the previous reactions that I've already done a video on was a fan screening, which is cool. You know, it's good that they invited supposed fans. I'm sure some of them were just like, I'm an influencer. Bunch of wankers. And I'm sure, you know, some of them were fans, and that were those. That was the reactions there. This one is the premiere. So you'll have some studio people. You'll have more sort of social media reviewers and things like that. And you'll have critics as well. So this is interesting. Let's take a look and let's check out these reviews / reactions. It's an exciting time to be an Alien fan. Now this movie, of course, releases this week. I cannot wait for this film. I'm really, really excited for it. So just lay it on the line. Like, I'm biased towards this, of course. You know, I don't have to be not biased. I will freely admit I'm definitely biased towards this. I'm very, very excited. So this is an article on the Hollywood Reporter. We've got two articles to take a look at with this. But anyway, so essentially it was... I think this is important. It was originally going to be released on Hulu, by the way. But yeah, the studio shifted it to a theatrical at the start of principal photography. And this is the statement that we learned. It says, right when we started shooting it, the studio was like, F it, we're going into theatres with this. So they didn't change the budget or anything. They were just like, yeah, this goes to theatres because this is good. So anyway, here's some of the reactions, right? So we don't have full reviews, but these are a snapshot of what we, you know, can hope to get from this film. And apparently the full reviews drop on Wednesday, which I know I'll get there, sorry, but if the full reviews drop on Wednesday, that's a really good sign. This film opens on Friday. That's still a really good sign. That's quite, you know, the social media reactions have been available quite a bit before this film comes out. It shows confidence anyway. So here we have it. Here's some. Boris Kit said, Alien Romulus has all the great hallmarks of what you would expect in an Alien flick, but never feels like it's pandering to nostalgia or fan service, and even goes into a crazy new direction. Fede Alvarez and the cast just gave birth to summer's best movie. Eric Vesper says, Alien Romulus is absolutely gorgeous, and somehow honours every single movie that came before. Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson are great leads, and the alien effects are so satisfying. The finale will be divisive, but I loved it. Big fan of this one. Now, I know what happens in the finale of this film. I don't know why it would be divisive. It's like, it's pretty gross, I'll say that much, and that's where I'll leave it. And it's... well, yeah, it's gross, and it's full on with a horror element. But that's it. I don't understand why it would be divisive from that. I don't know why it'd be divisive. Alien Romulus is shockingly good. It's from Brandon Davies. Says, this movie is so inventive with horror, thrills and visuals, while never crossing into gratuitous blood or gore. It emulates the original Alien movie so well. I had to pick my jaw up on the floor in the third act. That was insane. Wow. Matt Neglia says, Alien Romulus leans heavily into its horror origins to craft a relentless, visceral thrill ride that starts off slowly and increases in intensity until you're left gasping, gasping for breath by the end. Devoid of any thematic depth, it incorporates so many winks, nods and moments of fan service, it often feels more like a greatest hits entry than trying to provide anything new or profound. Still, the grounded performances of Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson provide just enough emotional weight to keep audiences invested during the slaughter. Definitely the most straightforward of the franchise. That's actually what I know about this film, as I've heard it is pretty much straightforward. But there are things for fans. Not necessarily fan service, but there are things for the keen-eyed fan, is what I've heard. Rachel Leichman says, Alien Romulus is the first time I've been terrified during one of the Alien movies. Let me just move this down a little bit. Sorry, guys. Kaylee Spaney's Rain is a perfect character to follow on this journey, and though Fede Alvarez twists and turns, You never really know where Romulus is headed. The third act is truly wild. I dig it. Excellent. Alien Romulus takes a bit to get going. That's the opposite of what I've heard. I've heard it gets right into the action. How interesting, isn't that? How people... That was from the test screenings. Interesting. Anyway, Alien Romulus takes a bit to get going, but turns to true horror in the third act and has some similarities with previous Fede Alvarez films. Some decent surprises and callbacks, to be sure. The facehuggers gave me the creeps, but that's me having a spider thing. Alien Romulus is mostly a gratuitous nostalgia play, remixing what came before with some occasionally strong thrills, but in a franchise famous for its psychosexual weirdness, it's the safest, blandest, and most vapid the series has ever been. I did not love it. Is it really known for its famous for psychosexual weirdness? I'm an Alien fan, you might tell from various paraphernalia around this room. I've never known Alien as a franchise to be psychosexual. There is absolutely an eroticism element there. Giga's designs are always, they always have had an eroticism element. You know, the Alien alone, the head was designed like a phallus. That was the point of it. There was sort of vaginal designs as well. I mean, the facehugger quite literally grapes you. Remove the G. But I've never known it. Psychosexual weirdness. Interesting descriptor. Anyway. Jake Hamilton says, there's a lot about Alien Romulus I like. Some truly creative moments in the first two acts that I really dug. However, the finale takes a big swing. They just didn't work for me and left me feeling underwhelmed. A creative but flawed Alien film, however. And he likes Prometheus over Romulus. So take from that what you will, I guess. This individual says Alien Romulus is the best Alien movie since Aliens. I can believe that. From what I know of the film, I can believe that. The perfect bridge between the sci-fi horror of Scott's original with the thrilling action of Cameron's sequel. It gets more thrilling with every scene, culminating in a mind-blowing final act that proves Fede Alvarez never holds back. Again, this final act business seems to be a lot of what people are talking about. But again, from what I know about it, I mean, it's only divisive in the fact that it is very horror-filled. Which is kind of what you want, I guess, in an Alien film. Alien Romulus is thrilling, terrifying, stunning, and unforgettable. Fede Alvarez is one of my favourite directors, and he did not disappoint. It's so gross and so good. Alien Romulus is a curious one. Effective scares, but every set piece feels like a video game level. That's a good thing. If it feels like Alien Isolation. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Theme park ride intro or Horror Nights maze. Character work didn't hit me at all either. And I'm an easy mark. It's not for me. I'd like to see what you think about other things. Just because I think it's... yeah, I mean... She works for IGN, so I think we... And she got she, her in her bio. I think we can probably discount her opinions, to be fair. I think that's a fair point. Anyway, Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus is gnarly, gripping, and gorgeously bleak. Everything from the story to Oliver's cinematography to Wolfinch's score. Innovatively delivering smart, savvy stuff, subtly playing the greatest hits. Kaylee Spaney and David Johnson dominate. This rules. Jermaine Lucier says Alien Romulus is a bonkers rollercoaster ride through the previous 6 Alien movies, using bits of all of them to tell a focused, mostly standalone story filled with glorious gore and scares. It gets better as it goes along, ending with a phenomenal big swing of the third act. Alien Romulus had me on the edge of my seat with suspense. Fede Alvarez understood the assignment and passed with flying colours. As a fan, I loved the new elements and twists that were introduced. This has breathed new life into the Alien franchise and could be one of the best. One of the best, not that best. Alien Romulus is Don't Breathe in Space, a nasty amalgamation of Scott's prequels and the first 2 fights like hell Oh, and the first two. Fights like hell to find an identity of its own. Sometimes it does, and it's sick and twisted. Others it doesn't, but Fedi's tactile sets give us the grittiest, filthiest entry yet. Now, I will say, lots of people will be like, what do you mean, an amalgamation of Scott's prequels? I can say with confidence, it's tangentially associated to the prequels. Tangentially. So, not in your face. I don't think it would offend anyone that hates those films. And those that like them will have a smile. Alien Romulus is effing phenomenal. Fede Alvarez cleverly crafted a story weaving in the best elements from all the past movies. Perfect balance and horror and action. Breathtaking visuals. Spaney and Johnson are the MVPs. And my God, that third act. Favourite movie of the year so far. This individual is quite easily pleased, to be fair. But interesting. Alien Romulus is the sci-fi horror masterpiece we've been waiting for. Fede Alvarez has taken the franchise back to its roots in the most terrifying way possible. Every moment is edge-of-your-seat tension. And it's everything you'd want from an Alien movie, which is good. And more. Best Alien film in decades. Must watch in IMAX. I mean, this is very positive. Alien Romulus is a solid action-packed franchise installment. Fede Alvarez nails the atmosphere, some poor jump scares, unearned series callbacks. I don't think you can really say they're unearned series callbacks when it quite literally takes place between two films. Like, it has to have callbacks by virtue of its setting. And an iffy final act, but there's a lot to enjoy here. Otherwise, it's thrilling set pieces. David Johnson is an absolute standout. Alien Romulus takes off as one of the best installments of this franchise. A tense, terrifying, chaotic story built with extremely well executed technical pieces that made this experience even more unique. The cast is excellent, sounds are insane, and must see in theatres. Alien Romulus doesn't revolutionise the formula. That's a good thing. But it has two vital secret weapons. Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson. Director Fede Alvarez returns the franchise to its horror roots, delivering one of the most spine-chilling final acts in an Alien movie. There you go, spine-chilling. So this is the point. It's not divisive because it's like doing anything weird. It's a horror final act. And it's very, very, very horror. It's the super, super gross thing that we heard about. For me, Alien Romulus plays like a greatest hit to the franchise. There's not much new here, except, and I loved it, but what's here is done exceptionally well. Great squicky creature work, gorgeous sound, cinematography, Spaney and Johnson are rock solid. I'm jazzed. There you go. I mean, this video's gone on long enough. I think you kind of get the picture. There was some over here as well. Just briefly, you know, Alien Romulus is mostly fine for the first 2/3, though really enjoyed the more gnarly, disturbing, much more unique third act. Again, just to confirm, horror third act. And then most of these ones are basically the same. Already sort of covered that, to be fair. It is quite great, save for one creative choice near the end that took me out. Now, I've heard it's really, like, interesting, actually. Like, good interesting. So there you go. I mean, there's not much else to say, really. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Are you not? What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.